rollovers.
One little slip up and you're in the crap.
Fires.
If something goes wrong, this is when it would be.
Jackknives.
It's all in a bit of a mess.
When a 40-ton truck crashes.
Camouflage job, this is.
It causes chaos on our roads.
Look where you're going!
And moving these monsters.
Are we ready then, boys? What's happening? What's happening?
Takes a special kind of recovery worker.
This is the last thing we want to be doing.
Because keeping Britain's trucking workforce safe
That made me jump.
is not a job for the faint-hearted.
Hold on, stay.
Mate, I've got blood everywhere.
In this series, we go roadside with the UK's toughest recovery professionals,
That's going to make a nice bit of mess on the road.
driving some of the most super heavyweight trucks in the world
A nifty little weapon. You prepared it.
as they battle to keep Britain's roads open
Good luck moving that.
Come to daddy.
against the odds.
People not looking where they're going has all the recipes for a serious disaster.
Today, there's a massive motorway breakfast burnout
We know it's southbound, so we've got crews on scene as we speak.
as a truck carrying everything for a full English is on fire.
Olive oil, sausages, mushrooms, all the ingredients on there for a real good breakfast, and we're not having one.
Michael is out in his brand new truck,
When you got the flagship of the fleet, you're always busy.
but his recovery job couldn't be in a more perilous position.
Cheers, pal!
And on a live road in Bedfordshire, Mark has hit a problem
I'll pull in front of him.
that could put a spanner in the works.
Oh no, I won't. There's a bollard there.
This is the East Midlands nerve centre of Crouch Recovery.
Can I just take your name, please?
It's a juggernaut of an operation, running 24/7, 365 days a year.
44 tons, going to put the details in now.
Staffed by a team of specialists who manage a truckload of calls every day,
What kind of lorry is it?
dispatching their fleet to help rescue anything from stranded vehicles to rolled over trucks.
Just confirm recovered back to Nuneaton as requested.
And they're about to have a lot on their plate when a high priority call comes in.
What is the problem? Okay, trailer's caught fire. We'll get someone there as soon as possible to deal with the situation.
A tractor unit in its trailer carrying mushrooms, eggs, bacon and sausages is sizzling on the southbound side of the M1, causing chaos for commuters now caught in congestion as the sun begins to rise. It's a massive job and no one wants egg on their face, so they need to scramble the big hitters of the fleet.
And the fire service still with it? Yeah, it's obviously still on fire on the stand. Yeah, well, I'll be down shortly.
And bossman Adam Crouch will personally oversee this huge rescue operation.
So it's on the M1, junction 18 south, so near Watford Gap. We know it's southbound, so we've got crews on scene as we speak.
Luckily, no one is injured, and the fire service is on the scene, doing their best to keep the smouldering wreck under control.
Often the fire is well put out before we arrive, but they've just actually let me know it's reignited again, so there's a fire within the trailer that they can't deal with at the moment. It couldn't be worse for the road network. It's the main artery, 2 lanes are down, and all the traffic, all the freight that's on the road, it's catastrophic, really.
Adam has worked in the family business for over 2 decades and is the 3rd generation of Crouches to be in charge. He's clocked up over 13,000 recoveries and he's only deployed for the most hardcore rescues. Joining Adam on this mammoth job is his dad, Dave.
Usually on a burnout, if the trailer wheels are burnt, then this is the quickest way then just to pick it up and drop it straight on top of a low loader.
He's bringing the beast that is the Liebherr crane. This monster machine weighs in at 48 tons and boasts a boom that can extend to 50 metres. Able to lift 100 tons, it brings the juice for a job like this. With the crane now on the scene, Dave gets to have a first look at the culinary carnage.
So all the ingredients on there for a real good breakfast, and we're not having one. Olive oil, sausages, mushrooms, butter. Like a big frying pan, really.
But Dave and the team can't worry about their stomachs. To reopen the closed lanes, they need to clear up the leftovers quickly.
I'm going to need 4 chains off the low loader for the slide bed. Shall I bring the low loader down?
Yeah, come down, mate, yeah.
And with Adam now on the scene to manage things, the recovery process can move up a gear. With diggers, excavators, grab lorries, and a fleet of tipper trucks on hand to take away the burnt remains of this roadside feast.
Couldn't really be worse for the general public. A main artery like this is down to 1 lane. No one's got hurt, that's the main thing, so we're just going to try and just get this back as quick as we can.
As the team work to clear the load from the road, Adam and his dad turn their attention to the burnt-out shell of the Arctic, which they'll need to split in 2.
Physically, it's easier to lift the 2 items separately onto our low loaders with a mobile crane.
But the team have hit a problem.
What's happened to it?
The truck won't budge.
What we're attempting to do now is just split the unit from the trailer, but the steel run-up ramps from the 5th wheel coupling are jammed into the trailer chassis. So it's just making it a bit awkward, but just going to get the other machine down, hold the trailer, and hopefully we should be able to pull it apart then.
The extreme heat has caused the tractor unit and trailer to fuse together, so some carefully applied brute force is required.
Come on your back, lads.
The team are going to use a telehandler and recovery op Jay's wrecker to pull the tractor unit and its trailer apart.
Just get under the corner.
But this is no simple job. Using the telehandler to separate the truck and trailer hasn't served up the results they were hoping for. But these seasoned recovery experts aren't going to be beaten by all this carnage.
Why don't you just cut the trailer there?
Cut it here.
Cut the trailer. Just skill saw this about here, look. It'd be away, wouldn't it?
It's because the trailer had buckled from the temperature. We had to get some cutting tackle out, and we used circular saws to cut through the side of the trailer to be able to separate the 2.
Even with the circular saw, cutting through an entire truck takes time. And with the morning traffic at its peak, the motorway down to 1 lane, and 6 miles of queuing vehicles, the pressure's really on Adam and his team to bring home the bacon. Coming up, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire for Adam.
Just trying to get the fire put out completely before we move it. But there will come a point where we'll have to make a decision, it just needs to go.
Things for Mark are going from bad to worse.
Apparently, we passed it. I didn't see an 8-wheel tipper, so it must be one of these new invisible ones.
And Michael is risking life and limb to save a stranded truck.
Cheers, pal!
On the M1, Crouch Recovery are rescuing a lorry that caught fire, destroying the cargo and the vehicle.
This one was full of food products. There were butter on it, sausages and all sorts of stuff. Full cooked breakfast. a bit too well done for my likings though.
Adam and his team have been trying to separate the truck from the trailer. But the intense heat of the fire has welded them together. And if they can't be pulled apart, they'll need to be sliced apart. They're attacking the chassis from both sides using circular saws, cutting away all the metal connecting the truck to the trailer.
The circular saw is just your first go-to piece of equipment to cut something like that, because it's only really the steel saws that go through the aluminium.
To complicate matters further, there's the constant danger that the flames could take hold again.
You're separating the tractor unit from the trailer so the fire brigade can get round and make sure everything's damped down, nothing's going to reignite once we've recovered it.
Safety is the first concern, especially when you've got live traffic that's coming past you, but you have to make a snap decision to what's going to get moved next, and quickly and efficiently. I thrive on that pressure, if I'm honest.
Finally, the two saws break through, slicing the welded joints apart. Now, they can attempt to separate the unit and the trailer once more. With so much of the unit destroyed in the fire, Adam needs to ensure their chains are attached to the strongest parts of the remaining bodywork. Otherwise, this charred truck could fall apart under the stress of the winch. With Jay's cables at full tension, at any moment, the truck could disintegrate.
Somewhat went.
Finally, success.
It did fight us a little bit to come, but once it broke free of that, yeah, it winched forward quite easily.
Now freed from the mangled trailer, the tractor unit will need to be craned onto a low loader. Before that can happen, Recovery Op Dan needs to make sure everything is safe.
Just getting this truck ready to get the cab of the lorry, burnt out lorry, loaded onto this one. So at the minute we're just prepping the truck, so once it's got it lifted on the crane, we get it lifted straight onto here, and I can turn and burn, get gone with it. Hopefully.
But the fire crew are concerned the tractor unit is still a fire risk.
As you see, it just keeps going back up in flames. As much as they put it out, it just keeps retaking.
They continue hosing down the cab to make it safe, but they're going to need Dave's help.
Just levelling the crane up. It has to be dead level. We're just going to lift the tractor unit out of the way, and then we shall wait for them to finish damping down.
With the tractor unit hooked up to the crane, the burnt-out wreckage is lifted off the tarmac. Allowing the fire service access to the underside, so they can make sure the fire is extinguished.
Once we lifted it, it then allowed them to get underneath, and there's lots of pockets of, like, you know, little fires and hot stuff, so they could really get under it and get the water through the tractor unit.
Fire out, the team can get on with the lift. But putting a burnt-out shell safely onto the back of a low loader is a challenging proposition.
When you lift a tractor unit completely like that, the first thing you're trying to do is get it level, because there's like different centre of gravities, etc. To the general public, it looks a bit precarious to execute that lift. So yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Just when everything seems to be going to plan, Adam spots a problem.
Hold on.
Despite the truck being doused with thousands of litres of water, the fire has reignited. The fire service have to act quickly to ensure the flames are contained.
Obviously, it's a big problem if it catches fire again, because it's sat on our low loader. That would catch fire as well.
Just trying to get the fire put out completely before we move it. But there will come a point where we'll have to make a decision. It just needs to go so we can get the road back. Is that it, guys?
And with the truck finally extinguished and sent on its way, Adam and his dad's next job will be to recover the smouldering trailer. In the south of England, covering some of the busiest roads in the UK, is Lantern Recovery. And their fleet has just grown by one, as a brand new toy has been delivered.
New truck day. Go and play with my new toy.
And the lucky recipients of this £375,000 new set of wheels is Michael Scott. Unsurprisingly, he's like the cat who's got the cream. But it isn't this truck's amazing horsepower, or additional spotlights, or even its awesome lifting capability that he's thrilled with. No.
The best thing about this entire lorry, by far, it has got my goddaughter's name on it.
But as they say, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So Michael is putting his new truck to work. And he's in an upbeat mood as he starts his shift.
It's Monday morning, the rain has stopped, I've got a clean lorry, life is good.
However, while Michael might have a positive attitude, he's also feeling a little under the weather after his weekend off.
I've never really been a massive drinker. I made the mistake of drinking some punch, shall we say, and then it punched me back. Still feeling just a tad tender.
But this won't hinder Michael from tending to truckers in trouble. With 10 years in the recovery business and well over 5,000 rescues under his belt, he's not a man to fall down on the job. And nothing's gonna stop him enjoying being out on the road in his brand new recovery truck.
When you got the flagship of the fleet, you're always busy. I still don't know the full potential of this truck yet.
It doesn't take long for his first job of the day to come in, and he can finally put Lorelei to work. That's his new truck, not his goddaughter, because she's at school.
So we're off to the A10 with the junction of the A414 to go and pick up a tarmac truck. It has got red warning lights on the dashboard, which is never a good thing. We like green lights. We like no lights at all, actually, come to say that.
A 26-ton tarmac truck is stranded on the side of a busy roundabout, in an awkward and dangerous position, after its red warning lights started flashing.
Warning lights are the bane of my life. See, red lights, fair enough, you've got to stop. But the amount of wimpy drivers that will not drive anything on a yellow warning light, oh, can't drive that, can't drive that. No, it is a warning. It's not telling, it's telling you there's something wrong, but you can carry on. But you always get that one driver, no, I can't drive that. No, you can. No, you can't drive it. Yes, you can drive it.
As he heads down towards the stricken vehicle, Michael speculates on what he might face.
He may have parked on the grass verge, he may be in a live lane. There's many different scenarios where he may be to get out of the way of other people. But if he's a typical tarmacer, it would be in everybody's way. Where the is this then? We couldn't find a vehicle anywhere. So after much searching, we had to ring the driver. I'm the recovery driver. I'm trying to locate you. They told us you was on the roundabout for Hertford Heath.
The A10 and the 414. I don't know what that is.
So you're actually above the A10 on the A414 roundabout.
That's it. Yeah.
As he heads towards the stricken vehicle, he's still struggling to spot the casualty vehicle.
Well, where is he then? Oh, there he is over there. Oh, I can't find him.
Finally, Michael finds what he's looking for, hiding on the blind bend of the roundabout. The tarmac truck couldn't be in a more perilous position.
I'm gonna have to put some cones out because we're on a blind bend. So where he's broken down on the roundabout, because he's got warning lights on, he's conked out here and he's just rolled it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some cones out and we'll just make ourselves a bit of a working area. So I'd rather than take out a couple £100 cones and a £400,000 lorry.
But will Michael be able to keep his brand new lorry safe from the speeding traffic?
I've only had this like over a week. The last thing I need is it going off the road for body repairs.
As he risks his life on this busy bend.
Look round where you're going!
Back on the M1, the Crouch recovery team are halfway through clearing up the remains of a lorry fire, which destroyed both the cargo and the vehicle.
All the ingredients on there for a real good breakfast, and we're not having one. Olive oil, sausages, mushrooms, butter. Like a big frying pan, really.
With the tractor unit cleared from the scene, Adam and his dad Dave now need to put their heads together on the best way to remove the total trailer.
I enjoy working with my dad. Yeah, I've gone out on recoveries with my dad since I was a young lad, so you know we're in tune with what each of us thinking and what the next move's going to be. So it's we work in unison, really.
I'm just saying, Dad, you put it on its side for them, then they can get amongst it. You think, you know what we've done before?
What? Turn it this way, obviously. Then
you're going to
come this way,
to drag it back.
Yeah.
We had to start breaking the trailer down to get the height down because you're contending with the motorway bridges or gantries, and that's a big issue to us. Once that trailer's on our low loader, it potentially will be too high in its entirety.
The grab excavator tears off the remaining panels of the trailer, allowing the leftovers of the load to spill out. And with the panels dismantled, the recovery team can start to clear the cooked contents from its carcass.
Trailer's going to be a problem though. Most of that load's going to have to come off because you see it going quite well again now.
They're faced with a difficult situation. The trailer and its load keeps reigniting. But they have a solution. They're going to lay the stricken trailer on its side so the fire service can dampen down the load. It will also allow them to empty out the remaining contents before it's taken away.
Just a case of getting the load off now so the fire brigade can check it with their thermal guns just to make sure there's nothing still hot that could potentially catch fire as we're travelling down the road. The problem you've got, it might be all right here, but as we get travelling, when the wind starts blowing through it, it can catch fire again.
The team will have to wait until the load has been removed before they can attempt to lift the trailer. This incident has been going on for over 4 hours, and with only one lane of the motorway open, the heat is really on to get this mess cleared away.
The challenges are you're working with live traffic, and it's a risky environment anyway, but you know there's 3 lanes of a main artery that's down, so you've just got to get on. You can't stay there forever. So you know you need to get moving, get onto low load and get it gone.
Luckily the wind's been playing in his favour though, because it's been blowing the smoke and all the steam away from the carriageway, so we've been lucky enough to be able to keep one lane open whilst we work and do what we're doing.
With most of the burnt-out cargo removed, the final phase of the recovery can begin. Finally flattened, the trashed trailer can be loaded onto the low loader.
The vehicle's gone effectively. They're just going to spread this out now to wash through it. And then it's a case of getting this on the tippers, so 80% of this job is done.
Wreckage removed, it's crucial that the remaining 10 tons of charred sausages, bacon and mushrooms are urgently cleared away so the road can be reopened safely.
When you move these vehicles and there's debris, it's essential that, you know, it's now our job that we have to clear all debris off the road and make sure anything that's going to impair reopening that carriageway is gone. So that's, again, the JCB was there, the grab lorry, the road sweepers, to do as much as we possibly can to get those lanes back to how they were before this happened.
At last, the fire engines, support and recovery trucks can finally make their exit, and all that's left to do is to clean up the last morsels and reopen the road.
When we get a high-profile job like that, I still do get a buzz from it, and I think the day that I don't get a buzz from it is probably the day for me to call it a day.
Clear up of the clogged artery complete. All 4 lanes of the carriageway can now flow freely once again. Coming up, Mark is trying to make his location as safe as possible.
I'm just going to put some cones out. If someone hits a cone, I know something's coming.
And Michael is left raging on a roundabout.
Cheers, pal!
In Hertfordshire, on a busy roundabout above the A10, Michael is trying to rescue a 26-ton tarmac truck that has come to a halt in a scary spot.
Right. When we actually found him, he was actually on the roundabout. There was a blind bend, also with an exit slip onto the roundabout. So we had to stop with all our lights on. Are you empty or loaded? And then try and get some cones out, just to try and control the traffic a bit better. Look where you're going!
The hectic junction is a really dangerous place for Michael to be. He's risking life and limb as he lays out the cones. And it's not just cars and vans he needs to watch out for.
Cheers, pal! We was putting some cones out, and as I was walking back, we had a tractor unit actually hit some of the cones and nearly take me out at the same time. So you really have got to have eyes in the back of your head.
It's a really close call. With just inches to spare, the tractor unit speeds past Michael before colliding with the cone.
Cheers, pal!
If it had been him taking the hit, the consequences would have been catastrophic.
And the more annoying thing is it was another lorry driver. I would expect it with a car, not a truck. You'd like to think that other truck drivers would not drive like complete morons, but unfortunately, different drivers have got different attitudes, so it doesn't matter whether they're a truck driver or a car driver or a van driver, you've just got to watch out and take as many precautions for everybody as well as yourself.
With traffic zooming past on this blind bend, they're incredibly exposed. So Michael needs to work quickly and safely to get the stranded truck off this dangerous roundabout.
It's just going to be a normal lift and shift.
And Michael's brand new wrecker has plenty of muscle for a job like this. Fresh out of its box, this Volvo FH Globetrotter XL is a meaty machine. It boasts a whopping 540 horsepower and packs a powerful punch. First, he needs to attach his underlift to raise the broken beast off the ground, so it can be prepped for towing by Michael's brand new truck.
We're going to stick it on tool forks today just because the axle's sitting a little bit higher than it should do.
As this vehicle is used on construction sites, its ground clearance is higher than some of the other trucks Michael tussles with.
Luckily we're all right because the radiators are sitting quite high on these, so it's more just to protect our underlift.
But with cars rushing by just inches away, Michael is struggling with his new toy.
Why the is that not grabbing? I'm still getting used to this truck.
Things are not going to plan, and Michael is getting stressed.
This has got to be the worst Actros we've ever been. It's just not sitting right.
As the minutes tick by with Michael still working under the truck and traffic bombing around the blind bend, this is when he's at his most vulnerable.
You could have as many lights, as many cones as you like, just people don't pay as much attention as you would like. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the traffic, an eye on the truck. It is dangerous.
Eventually, Michael starts to make some progress with this roadside rescue.
There we go, we're getting somewhere now.
He's been on the scene for 20 minutes, and the flow of traffic is steadily increasing, so the pressure is on. Michael needs to move this lorry out of the way before rush hour begins.
Brand new airlines. I don't care who you are, I'm not stretching my airlines for anybody.
When this truck is being towed, its engine won't be running, which means no working brakes. So Michael needs to run an airline into the truck to make them operational.
I've got it cable tied nice and out of the way. Ain't going nowhere now. We put air to the brakes so we can release them, because we don't want them coming on while we're towing at 56 miles an hour. That's quite embarrassing.
As Michael works his way through the final steps, he's also being super careful not to get his dirty hands on his truck. The last thing he wants is greasy marks on his brand new best friend. But he's struggling to unravel the cable for the light board.
They're like earphones. You put them in your pocket, nice and neat. You get them out 10 seconds later and they're screwed. Check that works. A light bulb that works. It's always a novelty.
Next, he needs to go roadside to remove the half shaft. This will prevent any mechanical damage to the truck while it's being towed. But with heavy traffic roaring past, he's once again putting his life on the line.
We'll grab my trusty sledge. We'll go and hit some truck.
After a gentle tap, he successfully removes the half shaft. But the danger's not over yet. Michael still needs to collect the cones.
We're now going to go do a bit of traffic management and pick my cones back up again. Most car drivers, they don't see ahead, so they're literally flying up to the cones and then suddenly trying to filter in together, but at the very last minute. So we need to get on with it quicker, get the cones away and get off with the truck down the road. Do me a favour, don't break down again.
And with everything packed up, clean living Michael can make use of his favourite feature on his new truck.
Gonna wash my hands with my fancy sink and go. And they say you can't take everything but the kitchen sink. Ta-da! So we've got our soap, we've got our Swafiga, and it's not just dispensing cold water, but it's nice hot water. What's there not to love about a new truck? And then when you're done, it's even got plumbing. Look at that.
And with hands washed, Michael can finally clear the scene with the troubled 26-tonner in tow. And it's not just Michael who's getting to grips with a new truck, because 84 miles away, cruising through the Leicestershire countryside, is the latest addition to the Crouch recovery team. Former firefighter Mark Hart.
So you never know what's going to happen. You know, I could get a call now, the phone could go off, say, right, we've got a vehicle on its side you need to get to. Wherever you're going, you just got to drop everything and go. So it's kind of like the fire service, but it's not like making a difference like the emergency services make a difference. But if a truck breaks down, it's not just the fact that they've broken down, it has a massive impact on their business.
And as Confucius probably never said, choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life.
I don't think there's any recovery mechanics out there that do the job just for the money. They do it for the excitement of the job. I couldn't do an office job. I mean, all kudos to people who do. I could not sit in an office from 9 to 5. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I've got a job for you, please.
Okay, what is it? Where is it?
Down to the bus corner.
Okay, no worries, send it through.
Cheers, bye.
See you later, bye.
In Bedfordshire, an unloaded Arctic has suffered a gearbox failure and is now stuck in a lay-by near a quarry on a busy main road.
Right, let's see what we have. We have an 8-wheel tipper stuck in gear, and it's in a quarry. There goes my nice clean truck.
Mark thinks he has all the info he needs, but the casualty vehicle isn't an 8-wheel tipper, and it's not in a quarry. Sometimes the finer points of a job can get lost in translation.
Seems a simple job, but we'll see when we get there.
Whatever the job turns out to be, ex-firefighter Mark is used to facing the unexpected. And while he might be new to this team, with 6 years in the recovery business, he's no rookie. But one part of the job he's still getting to grips with is his wrecker.
I've only had this truck a week. I've changed from another truck. So I'm still learning about this. Working with a new truck is great on one hand. It's like getting a new car. And especially with the new truck I've got now. The older truck was more of a lift and tow. This is more of a, you know, I don't care what the problem is, I can deal with it sort of thing.
So one thing's for certain, this monster machine is no slouch and will be more than a match for rescuing the stranded Arctic. The Scania R620 8x4 is over 10 metres long, has a height of 4 metres and has a maximum train weight of 125 tonnes.
That looks like a quarry. Shall we have a go at that? Oh, it's very dusty. Oh dear.
As Mark rolls his wrecker onto the site, he gets a call from HQ.
The guy the quarry just run, I think he's just gone by.
So apparently, we passed it. I didn't see an 8-wheel tipper, so it must be one of these new invisible ones that right here they're making.
The quarry location Mark was given is a bum steer.
If everything was straightforward and simple, it'd be kind of boring, so it just gives you another challenge. You've got to just keep your wits about you, and that's this job. It is what it is.
As Mark heads back onto the main road, he spots a large lorry looking lonely. Could this be the troubled truck he's been searching for? It's certainly not the 8-wheel tipper Mark was all revved up to rescue.
That's why I didn't see it.
And straight away, he spots a problem.
How am I supposed to get on front of that? That's really not intelligent parking. So there's the first problem. I've got to get on front of that lorry. What's the fault with it? It's stuck in gear, so I can't even start it. So I'm just signalling to him I'm going to turn round.
You have reached your destination.
Mark might have reached his destination, but it's no dream. In fact, it's turning into a nightmare.
God, that's so annoying.
Having turned around, Mark is gearing up for his next challenge.
How to pick him up, because he's parked in a lay-by, which there's no room for me to get in. I'll pull in front of him first and see what's going on. I might get away with getting on that grass bank, but it's not. Oh no, I won't. There's a bollard there.
It really is a load of bollards. And if Mark can't find a solution, this recovery could hit the rocks. Coming up, Mark is still wrestling to rescue this stranded Arctic, but at the crucial moment, he's become remiss with his remote.
What did I do with the remote? In my old truck, I had it on a lead.
In Bedfordshire, a massive Arctic is stranded due to a gearbox failure.
Is that him? Out on the road.
But where it's broken down is giving recovery op Mark Hart a real headache.
Oh no, there's a bollard there.
Hopefully, now he's on the ground, Mark can find a solution to this recovery puzzle.
Hi, mate. All right. Have you got any drive?
Yeah, stuck in 4.
With a new truck, 8-legger as we call it, that's a lot longer than the standard truck, so, you know, the best thing is to park up and go and have a look and see what you can do.
Having surveyed the scene, Mark is confident he can navigate his wrecker into position. Then, because this rescue is beside a busy road, Mark needs to make the area as safe as possible.
I'm just going to put some cones out. It gives drivers an indication that something's going on. Also, if someone hits a cone, I know something's coming.
Taking advantage of a lull in the traffic, Mark lays out his cones.
I've got to be safe, so first things first, cones down the side. It is a visual warning, but unfortunately cars just don't slow down. It doesn't matter how many flashy lights you got.
The truck is stuck in 4th gear, but its driver has nursed it all the way into the sanctuary of this tiny lay-by.
The gearbox packed up. I was going into this quarry to pick up a load of sand, but Not happening today, is it?
With the tractor unit just about drivable, Mark gets the driver to inch it forward, providing him with a better angle for the lift.
Right hand lock. Yeah, it's fine, mate. Switch off, handbrake on. Right, first thing we've got to do is lift it up.
Next, Mark carefully extends his underlift into position so he can do a pre-lift, raising the tractor unit far enough off the ground for him to slide coach stands under each of the front wheels. This will allow him to work safely under the truck.
Right. Let's go on the roof.
A job takes as long as a job takes. I'm one for steady progress instead of speed. I won't rush for anybody because if you rush, you make one mistake and it's you could seriously hurt someone or you seriously hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Mark is soon ready to line up the forks on his underlift with the axle.
Okay, forks.
But he's missing a vital bit of kit.
I haven't quite grasped this remote yet.
And all because he's still getting used to where everything is kept on his wrecker.
Remember I said I've only had the truck a week? What did I do with the remote?
Using a new truck, it's great, but it can be frustrating, like the remote control. This one's a wireless one, which is great, but then you have to put it down. And I remember putting it down and I couldn't find it.
In my old truck, I had it on a lead, and this one's hasn't got one. It's not good for us senior people. We tend to forget where we put it.
Reunited with the remote, Mark can chain the axle to the underlift, so the truck is secure for transit.
The least time I spend under here, the better, to be honest. There we go. He's in. Right, that's on. Let's chain it on.
Mark can now retract his underlift and work through the final steps of the recovery process.
We have to take the shaft out to protect the gearbox. Gearboxes for trucks are prohibitively expensive. 20, 30,000 pounds for a gearbox, I suppose. This is not my truck. I've only had this truck a week, and it's not set up the way I'd prefer it, basically.
I love the truck. It's a brilliant truck. It's a brilliant bit of kit.
But it does have the downside that it's not to your liking, it's not organised.
Each driver sets up their truck how they want it, and they set it up to how they do the job.
So, this is a drive shaft. This is connected to the diff. Gearbox turns, diff turns, these turns the wheel, which is why you have to disconnect them.
Drive shaft out. Mark just needs to hook up air and lights. And now he can make his way back to the depot where the unit will have its gearbox repaired. Next time, a risky roundabout rollover.
It's hard, it's hot.
Pushes a wrecker to the limit.
That's got my front wheels off the ground.
A trailer strikes a bridge.
So I'm just going to back the lorry up to get another bit more of a push.
Leaving Stick fuming at Smithy.
Not working with planks of wood.
And a high-sided load.
It could easily be blown off by wind.
Worries a bank.
Anything goes wrong, you are responsible.